Students, today we're going to learn about protein, what it is, where you can get it from, different types. Your entry task is to go to this Jamboard. So if you click on the slides, click on Jamboard, it'll say protein entry task. You want to pick which slide is your class period. Period 1 goes here, period 2, period 3, period 5, and period 6, 4 would be in there. You can look on the internet for an image of your favorite protein source. And then you can either use the sticky note tool or the text tool to write your name. To write your name and the food that you chose. So I'm going to say Miss Vlieger and tofu. Let's see what's going to show up. There we go. You are going to put your favorite source of protein on this Jamboard so we all can see it. Once you're done with the Jamboard, we're going to go through these slides, okay? So maybe pause the video till you're done with the Jamboard. Okay, you're back. All right, the purpose or function of proteins. What do proteins do in your body? First off, proteins are a macronutrient. You should probably say macronutrient. The more you say something, the better you remember it. A macronutrient, if you remember from a couple of weeks ago, is like a Big Mac. It's bigger, and it also gives you calories. Big Mac, macronutrient, calories. Calories are those energy points that your body needs. If you don't get any calories, then you starve to death. Like, it doesn't happen overnight, but eventually. Your body needs calories. It can get it from protein, carbohydrates, from fat. Today we're talking about protein. So protein contributes to the growth and development of muscle and tissue. If you get hurt, it helps you heal. If you're building muscle, it helps you do that. If you're a growing person, like you're still a kid, or maybe you're pregnant and growing a person inside of you, then protein would help you grow those new tissues. Protein helps transport items in and out of cells for fluid balance. It defends our body from disease by creating antibodies to fight off illnesses. And it can provide energy in the form of calories, but that's not the most efficient use. Proteins make up about 1/5 of your body's total weight. Most of your body's made of water, so protein's a pretty big part of it. Now, proteins are made up of amino acids. Say amino acids. There are essential and non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are these things that your body can't make. It doesn't make it on its own, so you've got to eat them. Kind of like vitamins and minerals, your body has to eat those. Your body needs to eat essential amino acids. Now, the cool thing is your body already makes some amino acids, so you don't have to eat them. The ones that your body needs to eat are called essential. The ones that your body already has are called non-essential. Some foods contain all of those amino acids, the essential ones, and some of them don't. Your body makes 11 amino acids, but we need 20 of them. So those last 9, the essential ones, we're going to find out where we can get those. So if a complete protein is like a handshake, amino acids are going to be the fingers. I'm going to show you this analogy, and if you do this with your hands and say it out loud and really touch your fingers, you're going to remember it way better. That's the reason we use our hands and touch things, because it helps us remember things and learn better. So put your hand out like this. Wiggle your fingers. This palm of my hand, the whole hand, is going to be an incomplete protein. The fingers, if you touch each one of your fingers, each of those is an amino acid. So if you imagine this could be a grain or a vegetable, any incomplete source of protein has amino acids. Now remember, your body needs all of those amino acids. If you've only got some of them, it's not going to work. So what you can do is get an incomplete protein and put it with another incomplete protein. Put them together and boom, you get a complete protein handshake. Now, some examples of where that might happen is pairing rice and beans. Gives you a complete protein handshake. So remember, an incomplete protein is like one hand full of amino acid fingers. A complete protein is like a handshake of 2 or more incomplete proteins. So if you take a look over here, each of these are going to be our kind of hands. Legumes, this is basically beans and peanuts. Legumes might be a hand. Veggies might be a hand. Nuts and seeds might be a hand. Grains might be a hand. Each one of those hands is an incomplete protein with different amino acids. But if you get two of those hands to shake, which means you eat those foods together or in the same day, they will combine in your body to make protein, which is really cool. Your body can put them together to make a complete protein. But that means if all you're eating is grains, maybe all you eat is rice and corn, and you don't eat any of these other parts, your body cannot make those proteins. It's missing out on some of the amino acids. So it's really important to eat legumes and grains and veggies and nuts and seeds. You want to get all of these in your diet. This is especially important if you're vegetarian or vegan because you're not getting complete proteins from animal sources. When you combine two of these incomplete proteins to make a complete protein, they are called complementary proteins. Complementary means they go together and they make complete. Combining two or more incomplete proteins to obtain all essential amino acids make a plant protein handshake. Now, Miss Vlieger, those are incomplete. What's a complete protein? A complete protein is one that you eat and it's already a handshake. It's already all the amino acids that you need. It comes from animal sources and it has all of those amino acids, all the fingers you could want. If you are a vegan or vegetarian, you don't eat animal sources, or you might just eat a couple of them. And so places that you can get a complete protein is from putting together those plant sources. Plant sources are missing some essential amino acids except for soybeans. Soybeans are basically magical. They are a complete protein even though they're a plant product. So generally, animal sources are complete proteins. Plant sources are generally incomplete proteins. Animal sources, we're a complete protein handshake. Plant sources, we're incomplete. Put us together. So protein sources can be animal-based like meats, poultry, that's chicken, duck, turkey, fish and seafood, eggs, cheese, yogurt, and milk. Plant-based would be grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Legumes are peanuts, soybeans, kidney beans, chickpeas, black beans, all of those are legumes. It's basically like the bean family. Did you know that some people need more protein than other people? Everybody should be eating around 10 to 35% protein in their diet. It's 4 calories per gram. But these people need more protein. Pregnant women, nursing mothers, that means moms who are breastfeeding their babies, teens, toddlers, infants, and athletes, they all need more protein than other people. I want you to think, what do those people have in common? What does a baby, toddler, pregnant mom, teen have in common, especially with an athlete? Think about it. They all need protein to help their body grow. If you don't get protein, your body can't grow. Like if you got zero protein, your body would have a really tough time growing. You want to make sure that you get protein in your body because as you're getting from small to big, you need protein. If you're growing a baby inside of you, then you need protein. If you are weightlifting and want to build muscle, you need protein. Now you might think to yourself, Miss Vlieger, oh no, I'm not getting enough protein. You're probably getting enough protein. Most Americans get plenty of protein. It's not a huge problem in the US. You can actually get too much protein, which is if you went on a crazy diet where you only ate, I don't know, protein powder or something, it would cause your body to work overtime and break down because your body does need some carbohydrates and some fats. If you eat too many proteins, it's just like eating too much of any other calorie. Your body is going to store that. And if you know where your body stores energy, it's in fat. Your body keeps fat for a rainy day. So if you eat way too much food one day, your body is like, I'm going to hold on to that energy. I might need it tomorrow. I might need it next month or next year. I might starve then, and then I'm going to need this extra. Fat in your body is kind of like a savings account for your energy. So if you get too little protein, you can get protein energy malnutrition. This sounds really fancy. It's basically when you don't get enough nutrients and you get really skinny, you can lose weight, you can stunt your growth. You usually see this in third world countries and places where people don't have enough money for food all the time and they don't grow as tall. They don't get as big of muscles. They have a really tough time thriving because they're just not getting enough nutrients. A lot of times when they do get a partial protein, an incomplete protein, it's the same one over and over again, like rice every day. They don't get rice and beans. They maybe just get that rice and their bodies can't make the whole protein. And so that can cause malnutrition. Most Americans eat plenty of protein. Remember that. Most Americans eat plenty of protein. It's not really something you need to worry about unless you're one of the people that needs extra. Pregnant women, weightlifters, that kind of thing. But Americans tend to eat too much fatty meat. This is a really big deal in the US. Red meat, which is like pork, beef, sausages, processed meats, they have a lot of saturated fats. And saturated fats are way less healthy than unsaturated fats. We have done studies and we think that saturated fats cause heart disease. So the more saturated fats you eat, the more likely you are to die of heart disease, to have a heart attack, to have a stroke. Not a good time. So you want to eat more lean meats like fish and chicken. These kind of red meats, pork, beef, sausage have a lot of fat from animal products called saturated fats, whereas chicken and fish and seafood have less saturated fat or no saturated fat, and they're a lot better for your body. Fatty meats have higher saturated fats, but also higher protein. Examples are steak, chicken thighs, beef, pork, sausage. Lean meats are lower in fat content, like chicken breasts, fish, ground turkey, and shrimp. Your job for the rest of the day today is to pick one of these colors. You might pick pink, yellow, or green. These are all levels that you can use to study today. Now, let's say you came in here and you're like, Miss Vlieger, this is really hard. I don't understand what protein is. I want this to be easy. I'm a beginner. You would click on this article and read the article. And then you would click on this video and watch the video. The video is only about 3 minutes long. It's got great information with lots of cool pictures. The article is pretty short. If you feel like you're medium, or maybe you just don't like watching videos, there's a much longer article, about 7 pages. It's got more difficult vocabulary, and that might be what you want to use. If you would like a challenge, or you're just really into science, the third set of sources is an article called Protein Connection. It uses bigger words, more vocabulary, more difficult reading level, and it connects things to science. The Science Behind Proteins video also teaches you a lot of how amino acids work, how proteins work in your body. You would learn so much about science and so much about your body from these videos. So I want you to think to yourself, do you want level 1, level 2, or level 3? You just need to pick a level. You don't have to read or watch all of it. And as you're reading or watching, you're going to think about what are common sources of protein, both from animals and plants. What does protein help our bodies do? And what is the difference between complete and incomplete proteins? When you are done with your article and your video, you're going to go onto the Google Classroom. And actually, you don't have to wait till you're done. You can just open it up now and use it as you go. You are going to click on Protein Quiz and fill out this quiz. You say what period you're in, your first and last name, what source you picked. Did you pick the pink one, the yellow one, the green one? And you're going to answer the questions. It's okay to read these questions ahead of time and have it open while you look at your article or while you watch your video. Right? So pick your level and get studying. When you're all done, you're going to take the quiz. Have a great day, guys. Bye.